All right, so you've seen it. I know you have. We all have. That internet iceberg meme that just keeps popping up, right? It promises to show you all the spooky, hidden stuff lurking online. It's a great story, for sure. But today, we're going to look at the math, and we're going to see why it's less of a scary documentary and more of, well, a joke.
So the whole idea, right? It's simple and it's meant to be scary. It tells us that the internet we use every day, Google, YouTube, all our social media, that's just the tiny 4% tip of this giant iceberg. And the other 96%? Oh, that's supposedly a huge, lawless, dark web, just crawling with hackers and criminals and all kinds of secrets.
But here's the reality check. From a technical point of view, from a structural point of view, that idea is complete garbage. Seriously. It's a great plot for a movie, but it just shows a total misunderstanding of how the internet is actually built. So let's just take it apart piece by piece.
Okay, first things first, the boring deep web. See, the entire myth, the whole spooky iceberg thing, it all hinges on a really simple vocabulary scam. It's all about confusing the deep web with the dark web. So let's clear that up right now.
To really get this, you gotta understand how a search engine like Google actually works. They use these little automated programs, sometimes called spiders or crawlers, and all they do is follow links. They jump from one page to the next, making a giant map or an index of everything they can find. That collection of findable pages, that's the surface web. It's anything a normal search can turn up.
And this is where the whole scam is revealed. When that meme talks about the 96%, it's actually talking about the deep web. And the deep web isn't hidden because it's evil or scary. It's hidden because it's private. It's any page a search bot can't get to because it's behind a login screen. The dark web, on the other hand, that's something else entirely. It's a separate, anonymous network that you need special software like Tor to even access.
So yeah, the deep web is absolutely massive, but it's also incredibly boring. It's literally your Gmail inbox. It's your online bank statement. It's the internal database for your company or your school. The 96% number comes from the sheer volume of all this private data, not some secret society of hackers. Calling the deep web scary is like saying your locked front door is haunted.
So if the deep web is just all of our boring private stuff, then what is the actual dark web? And that brings us to our next section, the onion router. This is the real tech people are talking about when they say dark web, and its name, Tor, for short, tells you exactly how it's designed. It's actually a pretty clever system. Instead of your computer talking directly to a website, Tor bounces your connection through 3 random volunteer-run computers called nodes. Your data gets wrapped in 3 layers of encryption, just like an onion. The first computer knows who you are, but not where you're going. The middle one, it knows nothing. And the last computer knows your destination, but it has no clue who you are. It's a really smart way to stay anonymous. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. For all its brilliant cryptography, Tor's design has a fatal flaw. It's not a security flaw, though. It's a mathematical one. And it creates a huge, unavoidable bottleneck. Now you gotta remember, your connection is getting sent through 3 random computers run by volunteers. We're not talking about high-speed Google data centers here. One of those computers might be a server at a university, sure, but the other 2 could be a couple of old laptops sitting in basements on opposite sides of the planet. And that creates a simple but absolutely brutal equation for speed. The total AGU experience is the time it takes your data to physically travel thousands of miles around the globe, plus the time it takes 3 separate random computers to do some heavy-duty decryption. And the result of all that math, the dark web is mathematically guaranteed to be painfully slow. And I don't mean my Wi-Fi is a little spotty slow. I mean we're talking dial-up internet from 1998 slow, waiting minutes for a simple page with just text on it to load.
So, what does this actually mean for someone trying to use it? What's the experience like? Well, the myth is this sleek, neon-lit digital underworld. The reality? It's the 404 underworld. It's just broken and frustrating.
Think about it. Since these hidden sites are running on unreliable, private computers, sometimes just a cheap laptop in a closet, they have zero reliability. Links you click on are constantly broken. A site you were on yesterday is just gone today, replaced by that infamous 404 error page. It's like wandering through a digital ghost town. So forget the high-tech criminal matrix you see in the movies. The reality is, any marketplace that actually gets big enough to be useful is almost immediately swarming with law enforcement. Or even more likely, the anonymous owners just disappear with everyone's money in what's called an exit scam. It's just a chaotic, laggy, scam-filled mess.
Look, it's really time to stop believing in these internet ghost stories. Stop letting online influencers try to scare you with a bunch of techie buzzwords that, let's be honest, they probably don't even understand themselves. The iceberg myth is popular because it's a spooky story, not because it has any basis in reality.
So let's just nail this down one last time. The bottom line is this. The iceberg meme is a lie, built on confusing two different terms. The huge 96% everyone talks about, that's the deep web, which is just your private, boring data. And the actual dark web, it's a mathematically slow and fundamentally broken network.
And this is the real takeaway here. When you actually take a minute to understand the architecture of a system, how search engines work, how encryption works, how data actually moves around, the world just stops being so scary. All the fear just kind of melts away, and it becomes logical.
So the next time you see that iceberg meme floating around, just ask yourself, am I buying into a myth that's designed to get clicks? Or am I looking at the simple mathematics of how the system really works? The choice, as always, is yours.